Hi everybody, Radical Gardener. How are you? It's been a while, hasn't it? There's no good reason why it's been a while. My knee popped out. I put little B down. You know, just life, but everything's normal now. I'm working in the garden. The garden is going to be pretty much done. In about a week and a half. So that's when I'm going to take you out for the tour. But what this video is really about today is C60. Happy birthday, C60. I have been taking C60, Bob Greska's C60, for 3 years. 3 years. I haven't turned into a rat. And so I am going to talk a little bit about the journey. A lot of you came to my channel because of my using C60 and making videos. And so that's how we've become friends, and you've subscribed to the channel. So thank you so much. But anyways, I had called Bob, and as you know, Bob is very accessible. You can, if you ever have a question and you don't feel comfortable, sending him an email, you can always pick up the phone and talk to him. He loves to talk about his product. He's really proud of his product, as he should be. So I've had quite the journey with C60. As many of you know, I started out with another kind, and it was really clear to my husband and myself that it was making us sick. There was something wrong with it. It was toxic. And so just by chance, I saw Bob on a YouTube channel, and the woman was just a terrific interviewer, very thorough. And Bob talked about his C60, and my husband's background was in science. And so when Bob was talking, there was something about Bob's energy that was really true. He didn't come across like a snake oil salesman. I mean, he wasn't boasting. He was just explaining how it works. And then my husband just said, I know what he's doing here. Like it just made sense to Joe. God, I'm kind of flushed. It just made sense to Joe what his process was and what he was saying. And so I said, Joe, let's switch over to his. I think we should switch over to his. Well, in the meantime, Liz, my friend Liz out in California, she had been taking Bob's C60, and she had caught my video talking about C60, and I didn't know which one I should take. And she said, I think she private messaged me or something, and she said, listen, I did some of the other C60s, but when I started taking Bob's, and she had Lyme's disease and suffered from it for years. And as soon as she started taking Bob's C60, she started to see results. So we were off and running. Well, I wanted to document it as much as I could, be as scientific as I'm willing to be. And so I worked with my colleague, Dr. Snell, Gretchen Snell, and we were working on therapeutic sound stuff. And just to monitor, my progress. And so, we were doing, we did it through, live blood analysis and many other things. So it was really clear right from the beginning that things were improving. Things that you can't maybe see on the outside. I mean, I could see them on the outside, but there were like a lot of, we could see the inflammation was starting to leave my body. I mean, almost immediately we could see that was happening. I was getting more energy. Now I had some real challenging things going on. I always forget everything. I was really in denial. I was telling everybody I was healthy, I was feeling good, but I had all these issues that had creeped up. I had gotten mold from my studio where I was teaching, so it had made me really sick. I had no energy, so I was being robbed by the mold. My arthritis was starting to really kick in. I had kind of dealt with the arthritis, and then through diet, and then that started to resurface. I just didn't have the vibrancy like in my skin and what have you. Gosh, I'm just, I lost weight. So energy, lost weight, got rid of the mold, arthritis, the inflammation, my digestion. It all just started to improve. And, some of it was right away and some of it took time. And there's still things that I'm dealing with because, we live in an environment that is inflammatory in nature. Just everything from the electronics, which I spent a lot of time around, to, that we're in a grand solar minimum. And, there's more radiation, to our food, to, just everything, I mean, no matter how much you try not to have fluoride in your water, if you go to a restaurant and drink water, there's an ice cube in something, you've got fluoride. So, there's just a lot of those things which it's just impossible not to be in this world that is, pretty toxic, and then, of course I would drink the occasional diet pop or what have you. I'm not a saint. So, but it was just clear, just looking in the mirror, how different I looked. And if you go back and look at my videos, like if you just, scroll down and look at how I look on the face of my videos over the last 3 years, it is crazy how much younger I look, how different I look, just all of it. My hair's just thicker. Oh yeah, that was another thing. Like I have a little gray hair now, but I mean, I was really gray and then the gray all went away and now I have a little bit again. So it, it's definitely affecting that. My eye color changed. They're bluer. You see no wrinkles. And if you go a little bit right here, but if you go back and look at my videos, I didn't look like this. So, I mean, it was definitely affecting my liver because your skin, your hair, your eyes, that's all liver, and your liver when that gets clogged up. So I added a lot of things to the whole protocol because it was really clear to me that there was too much inflammation. I tend to have a very sluggish lymph system. So that causes problems, like you're not able to eliminate the toxins the way that you should. So the C60 was kicking butt, and I knew right away, oh, I better get this stuff out of me. So I started incorporating lymphatic massage and homeopathics that drain the lymph. So I was doing that along with the C60. And then I started to add things that really helped with any kind of inflammation. There's a powder I take through Metagenics called Inflamex, I think it is, and that helps to negate inflammation in the gut. So I started to put that on. So, all of it came together. I don't think I could live my life without C60. I believe it saved my life. I was going down, and that mold, that was a real showstopper, I got to tell you. So I'm so grateful for it. It changed my life. It also brought a whole group of people into my sphere who have become really good friends. There's something about the C60 some of the side effects that people don't talk about very much. But one of them is the clearing of the pineal. I mean, I was becoming increasingly intuitive, psychic, as I was taking the C60. And I'm telling you, people that I know take it all the time and have been taking it for a long period of time, they say the same thing. So there was that. So I was making really good decisions, really good, clear, intuitive decisions. Is this something I could prove? No, but it's something that I experienced. I have no reason to lie about it. I don't make a profit on C60. It's not my product to sell. I don't sell it. It's just what the results were. And then when others are telling you the same thing, I say, take note, right? The other thing that was happening is, look at it when I moved down to Florida. That came out of nowhere. I mean, that was like, oh, gotta go. I mean, the other thing was, I'm in a real humid environment now because I live in Florida, and I'm not someone that likes humidity. So God, why would I move down here? Well, I was really just aching for something tropical. But I mean, I could really and can really withstand the humidity like I couldn't before. So, a friend of mine, Robert, who I've met through my YouTube channel, I think he was saying, what did he say? It had to do with the C60, and he was saying that because it negates the UVs, I mean, maybe not completely, but it definitely is a barrier of sorts for the UVs to be, so that they're not as invasive as maybe they would be if I wasn't taking the C60. So I thought, well, I really think there's something to it because, I mean, I don't mind being out here in this humidity. So that was another thing that had happened. So let's talk about Joe, because Joe was taking C60. Joe never really quit smoking. He wasn't doing all the things I was doing to release the inflammation out of the body. He continued to eat things that maybe he shouldn't have. There's only so much that C60 can do. And I'll tell you, when he was diagnosed with cancer, we just upped our game on everything, and one of them was C60. Well, the first month we shrunk Joe's tumor by 3 centimeters. And Joe continued to improve, and we used different protocols, different people, but C60 we always used. And we also used it to help manage any kind of pain. We really felt that he was kicking the cancer. He was getting energy. He was not in pain. He was, the coughing had stopped, pretty much stopped, when I thought, whoa, we've got this one. And then he started to have a series of, in retrospect, I really understand now what was happening to him. And actually his daughter is the one who really made me aware of it. We talked about it quite a bit. And because all of a sudden Joe was losing his eyesight and didn't make any sense. And he was having little strokes. And so there were things like he fell down, he fell out of bed. I'm going, what's going on here? Like, I go, Joe, how did you fall out of bed? And in him, he had a stent in his heart when he was in his 40s. And it didn't even occur to him that he was having strokes. And it wasn't occurring to me at all. And actually, he was working through this. He worked until 2 weeks before he died, which I got to tell you, a lot of that was C60 too. And, the other treatments, I have a friend that was working with him really closely, and she was wonderful. So, there's, our experience has been nothing but positive with it. And, C60 is not going to keep you from dying. But it is definitely going to improve quality of life, and that's what my experience has been. But I asked Bob. I asked him if he could send me if he had any new product, because I thought, well, what a great opportunity to talk about this, and I'm kind of in love with this one. So they now have a roll-on, and I've been taking C60 from the end of the dropper and putting it on. Well, I mean, you really waste a lot of C60 like that. Now he's got a little roll-on. This will last forever. I have a roll-on from Young Living essential oil for sinuses for my voice students. That roll-on lasts for 2 years. So this is just great. And I'll put it on here, or if my knee hurts a little bit, I still have a little bit of arthritis left in that knee, I put it on my knee. And I love it because it's a direct application. You're not wasting any. Great. So this is his carbon 60. And of course, you just go to c-60.com. I'll put the link below. He also has a spray for pets. So my cats are in love with C60. They meow for it every night. So here you can spray this now in their little mouths. So really cool. I'm so glad he did that. He's working with some different oils. I'm not really going to talk about that right now. I know he's still working with it. But here's what the bottle looks like, in case you guys are interested. Right? So listen, I wanted to share this with you because it has changed my life. I've gotten so many bonuses, not just from this, but like I said, I've made some really good friends. I mean, I consider Bob a really close friend. It's not, it's really difficult to meet really smart people. And I was married to one. And so he really fulfilled that need of having someone around that you can have a great conversation with. And that would really challenge your thinking. And I'm more on the woo-woo side of things, but I love the science. And he loved the science, but he was always interested in the woo-woo, because really they come together. If you expand your ideas more and more and more, we're all saying the same thing. And Joe was open to it, and I was open to him, and so it was just great. Then what I would read, I could share with him. But that's what's been really wonderful about knowing Bob. Bob's really smart, and I loved talking to him about his inventions. And I was lucky enough I went and visited him out in Colorado, and his laboratory and everything. And the guy's a genius. I mean, he's an amazing guy. And he works really, really hard, and he cares. He cares about people. So I got a really valuable friendship out of that. Plus, I a friend that's in Boston, and a friend that's in California. And, so I've made these friends all over the country, through taking something that's really changed all of our lives. And yeah, it's been a pretty remarkable journey. So I just wanted to share it with you. I wanted to kind of bring you up to date with what Bob's got going on with his product, but also I'm continue to take it. I continue to see improvements. I still have tons of energy. I mean, it's so awesome. I'm going to be 70 this year. I really believe I'm going to live till I'm 100 years old. There's no reason why I can't. And we're in such exciting times right now. Now, I'm going to deal with that in my next video, but we're in such exciting times right now. We're going to be entering a new kind of reality and a different kind of timeline. And so, I want to be healthy, and I want to be there for it. I don't want to miss this. This is what I came here for. So if C60 can help me maintain and achieve that dream, thank you. Thank you. And thanks, Bob. Thanks for everything. And if you guys have any questions, you can always reach out to me, and I'm more than willing to give you my time. So anyways, Radical Gardener, from my garden to yours, may your garden always grow. And I'm sending you a ton of love. Okay, bye.